नमस्कार दोस्तों, आपका स्वागत है आपके अपने YouTube चैनल विधि जुडिशियल एकेडमी में। मेरा नाम है विजेंद्र वर्मा एंड आई एम द डायरेक्टर फाउंडर ऑफ द विधि जुडिशियल एकेडमी. We provide coaching for the judicial services exams, and through this video we are trying to reach out to you to provide you full professional exam oriented coaching for the judicial services, and that is free of cost. In this lecture I am going to discuss article number 245. So let's start with the chapter on legislative relations between the union and state. Again, very important for your prelims, very important for your mains, and also very important for your interview, this chapter. And I tell you, the question for your mains, please write down. लिख लीजिए आप लोग, question for your mains. Discuss on the following. इस तरीके से पूछेंगे आपसे, और it may be asked that write short note on. And point number 1. Theory of territorial nexus. Number 2, doctrine of pith and substance. Number 3, doctrine of colorable legislation. And 4th question can be when parliament can legislate on state subjects. So these are the main questions which can be asked in your mains exam. Prelims questions can be asked upon the basis of case laws mentioned in the different doctrines. Which case law is related to doctrine of colorable legislation? Which case law is related to doctrine of territorial nexus? Which case law is related to doctrine of pith and substance? Like this. So questions can be on the basis of case laws. Questions, there will be short notes on different doctrines which we are going to deal here with in this chapter. कर लेंगे आप लोग, बढ़ा जाए आगे को. So regarding this is, see, try to understand this. See, एक term होती है इसमें, what we call it. So you have understood the doctrine of territorial nexus. Now try to understand this topic. Legislative power is plenary. इसका मतलब क्या है? And on this point you can be asked prelims question, not mains question. इस concept पे you can be asked based on this topic. Some kind of prelims question can be asked from you. So you try to understand this concept. What that mean? मतलब क्या है इस बात का? Legislative power is plenary. The power of the legislature under Article 245 to enact laws is a plenary power. What it means? It means what? कि law making power is absolutely given to the legislature. No other organ of the government enjoy this power. The power of the legislature, whether it is parliament or it is the state legislature, but it is what? Power of the legislature under Article 245 is what? Plenary, and it is subject to only to the legislative competence and other constitutional limitations. Please raise hand अगर बात समझ आई हो तो. नहीं आई ना, मैं दोबारा समझा. देखिए है क्या कि हम कौन सी पावर बात कर रहे हैं. आई शो यू आर्टिकल 245 फर्स्ट. This is Article 245. Subject to the provisions of this Constitution, Parliament may make laws for whole or any part of territory of India. The legislature of state may make laws for the whole or any part of the state. This is Article 245, which gives which power to the Parliament? Article 245 is giving power to make laws. To whom? To the Parliament and to the legislature of a state. It means Parliament and legislature of state are what? These are the legislatures basically. One is the legislature for the union and the other is the legislature for the state. So 245 is giving power of making laws. अगर ये आर्टिकल पूछ जाए, which article gives, we say ना कि which organ has the power to make laws? Parliament. But now question is which article gives power? Article 245 gives power to the Parliament, and the same article gives power to the legislature of the state. Which power? Power to make laws. So on that topic, it is said that legislative power is plenary. It means what? Whether there are any restrictions or it is subject to any other limitation. So this is what the power of the legislature under Article 245 to enact laws is plenary power. It is the absolute power. No other organ has such powers. It is the only legislature, and there are no restrictions over this. What are the limitations? those limitations are mentioned in the constitution itself. That is why they have mentioned what? It is subject to the provisions of this constitution. इस संविधान के प्रावधानों के अधीन रहते हुए, इस संविधान के प्रावधानों को रहते हुए विधायिका को विधान बनाने की शक्ति प्राप्त होगी। तो जो भी लिमिटेशंस हैं, जो भी इसके अंदर शर्तें लगी हुई हैं या अधीन है, अधीनताएं हैं, वो कहां पर हैं? आपके संविधान में मेंशन है। अदरवाइज देयर इज नो सच अदर limitation. When it is the case, we say that legislative power is plenary. Okay. Now from here you are say you must have focused on one word. This is what? Parliament may make laws. Parliament कानून बना सकती है. Legislature of state may make laws. Now come to the other modifications. That this is. Power to make law includes the power to give effect to it prospectively as well as retrospectively. If we are saying power to make laws, it means what? कि the effective, it can be, Parliament can make law prospectively. Prospectively means from this date onwards, from future oriented now. It will come into force on such date. It means it will be effected only on the 20th October. तो ये हुआ prospectively. एक हो retrospectively means this law shall be deemed to be in force from a back date. So this power to make law includes the power to give effect to it prospectively as well as retrospectively. What kind of questions can be asked? Which out of the following statements are correct? आते नहीं क्वेश्चन से, which out of the following statements are correct? Statement number 1, power of the legislature under 245 is plenary. You will have to read and decide whether this statement is correct or not. The power to make laws includes power to give effect to it prospectively as well as retrospectively. Statement number 2. So you will have to remember this, whether this statement is correct or not correct. Getting point? Correct. Now come to the next point. This is again, the legislature has power to alter the existing law. Please focus on this word, existing law, retrospectively. It means if there is existing law right now, suppose कीजिए this is the POCSO Act came into force, got it, or Domestic Violence Act, these are the recent acts. Now government decides no, it shall be made effective retrospectively. So government has, the legislature has the power. Although criminal law, मैंने उदाहरण थोड़ा गलत दे दिया, criminal law cannot be made retrospectively, and even if it's civil law, you take it any civil law, okay, and then the government wants to make it, एक तो हम मेकिंग लॉ, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, यानी कि यू आर मेकिंग ए न्यू लॉ एंड यू आर गिविंग इट रेट्रोस्पेक्टिव इफेक्ट. खत्म. एक है राइट नाउ एक एग्जिस्टिंग एक्ट है, जैसे पार्लियामेंट पार्टनरशिप एक्ट हुआ, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट हुआ, या कोई भी एक्ट ले लीजिए आप, एग्जिस्टिंग लॉ, और अब ये कहना कि उसको मॉडिफाई करना, एल्टर करना, टू एल्टर द एग्जिस्टिंग लॉ रेट्रोस्पेक्टिवली, की इसमें रेट्रोस्पेक्टिवली चेंज माना जाएगा इसमें. दिस चेंज शैल बी, कुछ अमेंडमेंट करना और ये कहना कि दिस अमेंडमेंट शैल बी डीम्ड टू बी इफेक्टेड फ्रॉम दिस सम लास्ट डेट. तो इट इज ऑल्सो इंक्लूडेड इन द पावर ऑफ मेकिंग लॉ. तो मेकिंग लॉ जस्ट कि आप केवल कानून बना सकते हैं, नो, यू कैन अमेंड इट प्रोस्पेक्टिवली, रेट्रोस्पेक्टिवली, एनीथिंग यू कैन डू इट. एंड व्हेन यू हैव सच पावर, वी से दिस पावर इज plenary. है कि नहीं? द पावर टू वैलिडेट ए लॉ रेट्रोस्पेक्टिवली. This law has been declared unconstitutional due to some violations of the constitution. Those acts are removed. Now it is being made, it is the power to validate a law. You are validating a law, and now it can be done by retrospectively. So these are the powers included in the legislative powers to make laws also. So when we say legislative power is plenary, it means making laws, altering laws, giving them effective retrospectively as well as prospectively. So I hope you understood now. Please raise hand अगर बात समझ में आ गई तो. This is very important point for you, and it can come in your prelims. ना मेंस में पूछे आपसे, ना आपसे इंटरव्यू में पूछे आपसे. Prelims में there are very high chances, and the question can be like this only. Out of following statements which are correct, and they can give any 2-3 statements only from this paragraph. कर लेंगे आप? Okay, good. So come to the next topic now. Please see this. Distribution of legislative powers on the basis of subject matter. We have seen it earlier also. that there is a twofold distribution. One is what territorial distribution. Parliament is empowered to make law for all over the country, and the state legislature is empowered to make law for that state territory only. That was the distribution of powers with respect to territory. Now again there is what second kind of distribution is regarding what subject matter, and for that you will have to again understand the meaning of federal system. We have discussed it, but for the sake of understanding, this is federal system means it's system which provides for the distribution of powers between the center and the states. Wherever you are asked, you are using this term federal system, remember it is linked to distribution of powers. As in case of USA, USA is the perfect example of the federal system. All the states are having their own constitution, and the USA as an entity is having its own constitution. There is perfectly division of powers. So every country is having some kind of distribution of powers, and it all depends upon the local and political backgrounds of it. And the question for your prelims is which model we have adopted for this. The present constitution adopts the method followed by the Government of India Act 1935, and this is the question for your prelims. Which act we are following regarding the distribution of power, and this is what Government of India Act 1935, and divides the power between the union and states in three lists: union list, state list, and the concurrent list. As per the article, which article 246, there are three lists. Number one, union list, state list, and concurrent list. These are three lists which are mentioned in the 7th schedule. This is the question. How many lists? Three lists. We are mentioned 7 schedule mentioned hai. And regarding this, again question of prelims. Union list consists of how many subjects? 97 subjects. Okay. And these are the subjects which are of national importance, like defense, foreign affairs, banking, currency, coinage, union duties and taxes. This is. So union list में वो सारे सब्जेक्ट मेंशन किए गए जिनके राष्ट्रीय महत्व है. For like defense is of a national important subject. It cannot be local subject. UP government or Haryana government cannot decide for the defense of all over the country. So this topic, defense, is of a national importance issue. So these such kinds of matters are clubbed together in the union list, and there are about exactly 97 subjects. Likewise, there is states list, and it contains 66 subjects. They are of local importance. Local means स्थानीय महत्व के मुद्दे हैं, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल फॉरेस्ट, फिशरीज, एजुकेशन, local government, public health, sanitation. I have mentioned few subjects, and again you can be asked question in your prelims from these subjects as well. They will give you public order and police. Public order and police is a subject mentioned in the union list or state list. You will have to identify. So what is the general clue for that? If the issue is of national importance, it must be from union list. If it is of local importance, it must be of state list. And see, for your convenience, I advise you at least remember these subjects which are written over in this slide, at least, which you cannot remember all the 66 subjects. And I am not saying so. It is an impossible task. But at least you remember to try to remember 4, 5, 6 subjects which are mentioned in this slide, which are the subjects which belong to the state subjects and which subjects belong to the union list, at least, because this is a very favorite, close to the heart of the examiner. Ask them this question, because everyone knows about 3 lists. Everyone knows about this key 37 subjects, 66 subject, like this, and concurrent list 47 subjects. Everyone knows this, but he can try to confuse you about the subjects. So you could have a little bit idea. Public order, police, local government. स्थानीय local government means क्या हुआ? पंचायत, ग्राम पंचायत, जिला पंचायत. These are the local government issues. Public health, primary health checkup centers all over the states. मोहल्ला clinic, है ना? Sanitation, agriculture, forest, fisheries, education, state taxes and duties. All these are of state list. So again, these are the question for your prelims. Even in the general studies, GS, who are going to prepare for GS, it is their question. Which subjects are from the state list and which subjects are from the union list. Please raise hand अगर बात समझ में आ गई तो. Now come to this next. This is what? Concurrent list. And this is, see, in case of state, states have exclusive power to make laws, but in case of concurrent list which consists of 47 subjects, both center and the states can make laws. ठीक है, तो 47 subjects, both states and center can make laws. On 66 subjects which are covered in state list, only the states can make subjects, and in case of the union list, only the parliament can make laws. You have been reading it, but it's a formality मुझे पूरी करनी तो पड़ेगी एक बार, वरना कहेंगे ये नहीं बताया था, छोटी सी बात थी, इतना नहीं बताया सर ने. Now basically बात ये है कि in case of this, but in case of conflict between the central and the state law on concurrent subject, see, conflict कब आएगा? Don't get confused. There will not be conflict on state subjects and on the union list subjects, because their law is very clear. You will make law on your subjects, you will make law on your subjects. But in case of concurrent list, yani these 47 subjects, both states and union both are empowered to make laws. Now there is a conflict. State also made a law and center also made a law on the same subject now. Now, and there is a conflict. In that case, the central law will prevail. This is the law, and this is again question of prelims. Which law will prevail in case of conflict between the central law and the state law made over which subject? Concurrent subject. Don't forget it. यहीं से क्वेश्चन आया हुआ है कि the law was made on concurrent list, union list, state list और किस list? Concurrent list. When we discuss about the conflict, it means C, conflict, concurrent list. कर लेंगे आप लोग ये? Now this is, suppose there may be situation, ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि a subject is such a unique subject, newly emerged subject you can say, which is neither mentioned in union list, nor state list, nor in concurrent list. This subject, any law, if any law remained uncounted and it is not listed in any of the list, किसी भी लिस्ट में नहीं है वो, ना वो concurrent list में है, ना वो state list में है, और ना वो यूनियन लिस्ट में है. इन तीनों लिस्ट से वो रह गया. आधे इधर गए, आधे इधर गए, पीछे भी आ गए, सामने वाले रह गए, तो वो कहाँ जाएगा वो? फॉर दैट पर्पज देयर इज व्हाट? आर्टिकल 248. वी से इट इज द रेजिड्यूरी पावर. वी से इट इज व्हाट? रेजिड्यूरी पावर्स. Article 248 vests the residuary powers in the parliament. It means it says what? Parliament has exclusive power to make any law with respect to any matter not enumerated in the concurrent list or the state list. If a subject is not mentioned in concurrent list or state list, then which can, whether the state legislature make law or the parliament? Answer is it is the parliament. Parliament has exclusive power to make law over that subject. Please raise hand अगर बात समझ में आएगी तो. बड़े आगे को सिंपल सी बात है. अगर कोई सब्जेक्ट ऐसा रह गया जो कि इन लिस्ट में नहीं है, देखिए यूनियन लिस्ट में है तो कंफ्यूजन खत्म हो गया. अगर स्टेट लिस्ट में नहीं है और कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट में नहीं है तो फिर उसका एक ही जवाब है, इस पर लॉ बनाएगी पार्लियामेंट. और ये आर्टिकल कौन सा है? 248. क्वेश्चन प्रीलिम्स में पूछा जाएगा, नोट ऑन योर मेंस. कर लेंगे आप लोग? तो प्लीज नोट इट, P4 प्रीलिम्स. नाउ कम टू द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक. देखिए हम लोग तो बहुत अच्छे तरीके से करा रहे हैं आपको. कोशिश यही है कि आपको जज बनाना है, आपको ऑफिसर बनाना है, लेकिन आपको छोटा सा काम करना पड़ेगा. छोटी सी आपके एफर्ट से हम लोगों की बड़ी हेल्प हो जाएगी. कुछ लोग हैं ऐसे जो नहीं चाहते कि हम आपको फ्री कोचिंग कराएं, वो हमें डिस्करेज करने में लगे हुए हैं, हमारी रेटिंग ख़राब करना चाहते हैं, रिव्यूज़ गलत सिंगल रिव्यूज़ दे रहे हैं वहाँ जा करके, जबकि वो हमारे स्टूडेंट भी नहीं हैं. तो प्लीज़ डू हेल्प अस. आप प्लीज़ गूगल रिव्यूज़ पर जाइएगा, विद ही जुसल अकेडमी की फिर गूगल रिव्यू पे एक अच्छा सा रिव्यू जरूर लिखें अगर आपको लगता है कि हाँ हमने आपके साथ जस्टिस करने की कोशिश की है. थैंक यू वेरी मच.